100 Thieves are ready to fight on this map, and fight they shall right off the rip. It's over towards A long. 2 players on each side, but that skirmish doesn't last long. They fall back. You get a reveal up and over, a fight quickly. They're looking to pressure A completely.
Yeah, and the damage was already done. 2 players tagged desperately low, and an easy take already on towards this A site. Wrap around from MOLSI and Destrian. Try and get back into some sort of position. A bit of a whiff from Stellar. At least gives them an opportunity here, Mitch, but it's still a tough retake.
Yeah, look, that snakebite kill that they managed to find onto ceNder is huge. 100 Thieves on the back of that. They're falling back out. They're landing this post plan with an Astra Star down, so a Gravwell online to just deny any sort of pressure that Vitality could make. Now, this knife, it could make a difference. It's come through. And I don't think it's caught the Astra.
Yeah, I don't know how they're going to get back into position. Trying to throw out a little bit of utility, but they need to get themselves onto that spike, still with stars remaining. And Destrian, a nice couple of shots at least. But that map control, definitely becoming a little bit more awkward for some of the defenders. But even though the information's there, the aggression is still so successful. Destrian with the trade onto BONECOLD, okay, that removes the utility on the A site, but they still have the man advantage.
Yeah, and they've got B control. I mean, not just from the turret on the site, but more so from Twisten, who seems to have swapped sides. He's playing for the attackers now. And in fact, he's going into their spawn as we speak. Now, they've got a trap to cover their back, but it's their front they need to be worried about, with Vitality having quite a few players on the way towards this site. I mean, it's wide open for now. They can get the plant, but it's this aggression out of Cryo. Such a star player. He needs to turn up, and MOLSI on the other side. This guy's still putting up the numbers. They've got a good foothold now to get back in. A great flash. Stellar stuck inside a nano swarm, and he's going to be taken down, but he got one first. A chance, perhaps, a 1v3, and he won't even get the first. Vitality right back into this at 2-2.
Yeah, that's always the thing.
No doubt.
The thing is, they've got the Viper's Pit available. He's gonna catch Cryo when it goes in. It's risky from Twisten. He wanted to try and get rid of the Viper's Pit completely, give his teammates a better opportunity, but it hasn't paid off. The punish turning things back into a 4 versus 4, and they're actually using this Viper screen to get that little bit further, trying to play deep within that position. The thing is, though, the lockdown is going to force them out of the pit. They're going to have to go all the way back into their afterplants.
But there's a Cosmic Divide down. They know this can be diffused right under their nose. They've got to be careful. Immediately, there it is! The snakebite sees inside the pit. A triple kill in the round coming out of Stellar. What? A flawless finish.
Instead, though, this is looking like a full retake out of the defensive side. Now, bear in mind, it's not like they have ultimates to spare to get them back into the site here, Mitch.
Yeah.
But they are pretty good at the retakes with just their utility.
Well, they're going to have to be this time around. No flank from the operator. Instead, it's ceNder, and he's caught with utility. He tried to secure a middle, but Derrek has won the fight there, and now he gets to set up back on A long. They're confident that they won't have a flank to deal with, although Cryo, well, he's going to actually become the problem. Instead, going for the flank through our late.
This is doing
Hunter's Fury, damage, and keeping them off the spike, and that's all they need for Cryo to get into position to completely close this round out in their favor.
Yeah, just buying that extra little bit of time. Nobody on the spike, not halved, and what Destrian will at least be able to get one, but the clock is already gone. Twisten actually trying to take the fight with the operator, and I think Destrian might be going down with the ship.
Yeah, I think he is. That is, now there's 4, I suppose. As they make their way on through, ceNder, 1 kill, and he'll be playing into this with his ultimate, and there it is. He can't get out, though. There's too many players waiting for him, and a spam from Cryo puts them way ahead. 100 Thieves, they've got their post plan set up now, Tom, and oh, this is where they're scariest.
Yeah, Bang still keeping that aggressive control, but the rest of the team already falling all the way back. You kind of expect as well your Astra to be playing the post plant, but he's just holding within this smoke. Doesn't manage to get the kill initially, but again, eventually that trade comes through, leaving just MOLSI. 1v4, an impossible scenario to come out with anything, really. Even damage won't matter too much for 100 Thieves going into that final round. He can at least try and get his ult online, but that will not come through.
I mean, this push, it's uncouth, but it's going to work out. Asuna, of course he doesn't expect that. How could you? And now the ultimate's got them all. That is all of the information. 100 Thieves are going to run into this with Vitality more than ready. Players flooding in towards the side. A snakebite actually makes it a big challenge to get back in, and they commit to it. This is going to cost them quite heavily, although the lockdown coming into play, it could cause some headaches for these players, but they instead try to stay aggressive. The call. Oh! Well, that'll just about deal with Twisten. Okay, I think he was about to make a shorty play, but he didn't have a chance.
He was going to try and jump shot them because that was the only corner that they could have survived in without peeking through the Cosmic Divide. This has somehow gone into 100 Thieves' favor. This round was almost looking done with all the utility that was thrown through. ceNder playing a game of chicken with that Vandal in the smoke. And his teammate of Destrian trying to do what he can with the wall bangs, but it just isn't happening. Cryo has put another in the grave. It's left all onto Destrian. He's turned it into a 1v2 scenario. An off-peak here could give him a chance. The problem is already tagged so desperately low and almost needing a mistake.
Well, they're going to start to worry about him having rotated around through the spawn, coming in from the flowers instead. So at least that operator's backing off, but it's in a prime position to catch him as a repeat comes through. And bang, doesn't need any support. He doesn't need
in the corner from the lockdown. Not the start they were looking for, though. I think that was Twisten actually using his Blade Storm, and he's just been domed over the top.
Well, to be fair, it's not the first time he's tried it, right?
But that was Derrek that killed him. Look where Derrek is.
Here.
He must have been on site and saw him updraft.
If that's Asuna, I understand how he gets the kill, but yeah, for Derrek to do that, that is a, well, that's a range.
Look, he's
kill.
even tagged by the knives. So he got hit by the knives and then shot him over the top. If we have a replay of that, I'd love to see it, because I think that must have been a nice shot from him.
I mean, he's been doing some crazy
he
stuff.
updrafted from the spawn with the knives.
We saw the updraft in the same position, right, where he tried to get through the window, dying from like A side into spawn. That's an unpredictable angle, I suppose, although, yeah, he almost took Derrek down on the other side. We're down to 45 seconds left in the round, and Vitality are now looking to up the pace. This is a blind push in, and 100's Fury waiting for them. Good damage done. Some players tagged up. They know where Bang is, and they've got ceNder to deal with him. Great seize of the A side. And now they look for a little bit more. In fact, ceNder going right up into them, but Cryo's waiting.
Very good cover, important at that. Stellar trying to get something in his Cryo once again. This operator in his hand, always devastating. And now BONECOLD, he's gonna try and buy himself a little bit of time. He still has that gravity well available, a stun as well. Gets the first shot, and bear in mind, Derrek's still low from earlier in the round. Not hit initially, but again, a nice shot from Cryo. A little bit close for comfort, but as said, when this man...
Okay, a little push in. Destruction of the trap. We've seen it before. Back the 100 Thieves, we've seen it plenty of times. But they're playing an extremely passive play across most of the map, except for B long. You know, that early aggression out of Cryo wasn't spotted, wasn't contested, so he's just gonna hold the information while his teammates pick up the fights. Nice shock dart.
Yeah, this is just falling apart already. Stellar seems to have more fun playing the Spectre than any other weapon. He's not gonna be happy with the changes, but who knows? And just playing at distance versus these pistols, there's not really anything to come through. BONECOLD's trying to lurk his way, but just look at where Bang's playing. Sat at the back of the site, he's almost welcoming them in to try and take the fight here. Has a teammate ready on the cross in case they go that far, and they're clearing angles towards Art, which is completely clear. It's just been given up by 100 Thieves. There's so little time left, and this fallback just means, okay, you can have that space now. We don't need it anymore.
They also needed to fall back because they left a spike in spawn with 30 seconds left. They make that adjustment. It leaves them with 15 on the clock as they move towards A, and there's still players waiting for them. In fact, the majority of the team, 3 towards this side. Their back is secure. The sprays are coming down. Nothing found, though. An offsite plant, beautiful. And that's going to allow them to at least set up for a post plant. Indeed, a very early lockdown in play. This will give them so much control and take away any of those positions that 100 Thieves were still holding on to.
It also removes time off the clock. That's where things can get sloppy. And just look at where BONECOLD, he needs more than one kill here though. He needs to try and do as much damage as possible, and the trade is so quick. Didn't have utility left to play with them well already. It comes down to just MOLSI. I think he still has his nade to play with, but he's not even gonna get the chance to use it. A solid retake from 100 Thieves and just a couple of rounds away.
Fight against it.
Oh, Asuna though is waiting. He's just gonna be able to get rid of BONECOLD, and he's then utilized that Nightfall to actually find out where the majority are. They are stuck within Art at the moment, not really having much space elsewhere on the map other than a one player in A main. That's a solid fragment, but Asuna is able to dodge it.
Just about. I mean, he took some damage from it, but most of what we saw was the seize. So he's back up and at him, ready to fight into the late round. 100 Thieves maintain their advantage. The plant attempted. Cryo comes in onto Destrian. Asuna, adding up another angle for 100 Thieves, and there is just no way they're letting this one slip. Has to stop now, though. He'd already used his anchor. There's no way he could stay aggressive like that and has to bail out. Hunter's Fury deployed. It's not going to get the lockdown.
Oh, what?
Twisten through the smoke. He had no iota where that player was. A quick scope from Cryo and Derrek responding. They're right back into the round. 100 Thieves, not down and out yet. Destrian tagged desperately low. They've got some control, but they need to hold on to it. And with 2 players in towards the back of sight, this, if red, could be everything for 100 Thieves. He's inside the nade. MOLSI's just gone crazy. I mean, this angle, the extra spot to play from now, they want to deal with him, but they're going to go pushing into 2 players, completely unaware, and the fights keep going Vitality's way. This is all but done in this round as Vitality hit 11.
He's not the most common. And this actually starts to pull the rotation back in this direction. They need somebody to find them an entry kill here with the full force of 100 Thieves slowly making its way onto this side of the map. Now, ceNder is still on that lurk, but they need a plant and they need to buy time if it's going to have any impact.
Spike planted.
Well, the plant has been put down, but it's the buying time, right? 100 Thieves. This is exactly what they discussed as well. How do we get back in to that site? That's where the problem was last round. That's certainly what they've been thinking about, but the timing here for ceNder is sublime. I mean, he's counted to 100 on the other side of the map. He's on his way, and these players in front, they're gonna cause a big distraction. That flash goes the wrong way, but ceNder on the flank finding his kill. That now puts some pressure on the site players. They're looking all around, and Derrek is picking up kill after kill. The flank from ceNder has to close it. He'll stop the defuse. It's halfway, and it's being stuck or wall. ceNder, 3 kills. Same. Now Cryo, the impact he's had has been unbelievable. A tough angle to clear here, but he's checking for it. And BONECOLD didn't stand a chance.
Destrian now getting aggressive. That's the thing. They need to try and find a response, and they need to try and find it fairly soon. Seems like might be trying to fake them out a little bit with some of the utility that's being thrown. Instead, the Prowler's still going to be used, and we'll catch him.
The confirmation of information they already had. Destrian has to hold strong. 1 kill to his name. He's sticking around in the smoke, the snake bite, and he's forced way back. Okay, some control, but they pay for it with a player. 4 versus 4, nade to the right side. MOLSI can now, in theory, focus in towards long, and the site push itself, and that's where Bang was on his way. Derrek there too, a seize and a spray to come in. They're trying to counter spam, and it's there for MOLSI. A wall bang onto Derrek, and the advantage now for Vitality, even more coming through, and it's a massive amount of damage done.
Oh, he's actually digged up Cryo as well. What a shot coming out of MOLSI, and the trade's coming back and forth. It's left onto Stellar. He's definitely had his moments in this game so far. 1 versus 2. Operator for Twisten as the swing comes out and the shot's not connected. They need to try and find something here, as he hasn't been able to get anything done just yet. The spam trying to get the move, and he gets both! What is that from Stellar? The spike that he will get those kills. That, well, that's a man who believes in himself, I'll tell you that much, because I would have been swinging right around that corner.
If ever there was a play that will break your momentum, break your morale, that might just be it. And Cryo follows it up with some more of the same. Twisten down right away on this attack side, running into the operator of Cryo, who has bailed out, finally using his TP. Some sprays doing good damage. Nade, it's gonna kill him, but he's out! He's ran into them and at least found a kill for what should have been a death sentence.
That's a decent trade, in all honesty. Keeps them with that man advantage. On the other side of things, the attackers slowly trying to make their way in towards this A side. They know where Stellar is, but dealing with him is another story altogether. Nanoswarm will at least delay the rotation of Cryo for the moment, but still not going to be the easiest thing to clear him. The spam's not working out on either side, and Cryo instead has given them a further advantage.
1 enemy remaining.
You can figure them out, you can realize where they're standing, but when you swing Cryo, man, you go down time and time again. We've seen it. BONECOLD has to clutch it out. A 1v3, the spike down, the op still waiting passively, and even a teammate there to swing on the back of it. It's Cryo that drops. BONECOLD with the advantage now. He'll grab the spike and try to swing around the back of the site, but there's only 10 seconds left. Getting that spike planted seems impossible. They'll use their utility, they'll swing, and they'll take it.
Opportunities. He's been spotted out though, and well, no escape available. ceNder gonna shut him out, and well, now that's the rifle, and technically technically he did collect an orb, but it was from a bullet to the head.
Now the thing is, that rifle on the floor, it might be retrievable late round for 100 Thieves, but for now they've been well and truly denied it. And with control fading away towards drop and a push maybe to come in any second now, remember, you know, with Cryo down, that trap inside of A main isn't doing a whole lot. This could very easily be an A-site crunch coming out of Vitality, and 100 Thieves will be none the wiser. And for that, I expected more aggression. I saw players move towards B main, but no, that's not where the duels come down. Eventually, they are going to go all the way around, underneath, and into B main again, pushing up behind. You've got the trap there, though, from Vitality. They've got some control still to work with. A push coming out of Asuna is caught, and they know the players are behind after that trap went off. Great control for Vitality, and can we look at ceNder real quick? He's making a bit of a brave play in the late round. He's on the ropes, quite literally.
And just shifting his way across very slowly, but it does mean he has a decent flank. May not necessarily be needed, although Stellar finding another one onto Twisten, this does start to become a little bit costly. Remember, this is more of a bonus round, and you still have yourself that rifle now onto Stellar being retrieved. He might just want to hold it into the next round, but it looks like he's going to try and make things costly instead.
Good positions from Vitality, good safety nets to work with as well on the main control, and at this point, you have to think off utility alone. This round is over. You can see Stellar trying to work something else, but short of finding these kills immediately, this is a foregone conclusion. And he is going to fall. Another rifle lost here for a drop play to come in on a flank. They're watching for it every so often, and Cryo managing to pick up a kill. ceNder stuck down below, no ult to play with, manages to recover a rifle now. He saw Derrek jump peek around, wasn't able to react in time, and the advantage sits with the defenders. The spike now dropped in the open. And although Stellar falls, the nade kill that he got a moment ago keeps numbers in their favor, and he's still alive. Can be rezzed. Vitality, well, they look to hold out for it. A flashbang ready on the reaction.
I got spiked.
It doesn't look like it's going to be used just yet. Eventually, Stellar goes down, the time ticking away, but 100 Thieves were happy to sacrifice him for the man advantage.
It seems like they had different ideas on the Vitality side, one going forward, the other going back, and actually making a little bit of noise around that angle. KO Knife's going to give it away as well. Bang's position is known, but they've only got 10 seconds, so they need to get a kill. And actually, the stun through from Derrek has bought enough time. This round is already over, and again,
Silly the player. So yeah, it might look a little silly, the showstopper down below, but these things absolutely happen. Nice opening for ceNder. There it is finally. I mean, Vitality, those early duels have been swinging to 100 Thieves, and it feels like even when Vitality get them, there's a response almost immediately. This time, though, it goes unanswered. Vitality of the man advantage.
And the thing is, this leaves the B site as a solo defender. Now, the solo defender is Cryo, so take that as
one-man army.
The rest of the team stacked up in towards this A site. Rotation coming through, and actually they're selling this as a bit of a fake. They're trying to throw in the Nightfall to actually get a rotation, but no one has moved. Just look at the defense. They're all sat here, ready and waiting. The Cosmic Divide goes through onto the site, but look at the positioning of the remaining two. Sat with him, just waiting patiently. They removed the overdrive as well, and now, again, 20 seconds left. They have no time to rotate through. They've got to try and run through the smoke.
Well, that's not going to be successful most of the time, even with the Cosmic Divide to block out Spawn. Nothing was blocking out Asuna. 4 kills for him in this round.
The entirety of the defense is, like, even if you sometimes lose a couple of these, the stun up! That's actually going to be enough. Caught out. Because of it, he's going to lose the battle, unable to hit the no-scope for MOLSI, coming alive, finally stepping up to the plate. Yeah, well, one of them's on your screen right now.
Well, a nice shot coming out of ceNder. That's Cryo dealt with immediately. And the spike. He's down up in heaven. They're starting to make their way through to the site and dealing with Stellar perfectly. Showstopper popped through and it finds a kill with Twisten down, but Asuna's left at 2 HP. Nice peek out of Bang. Okay, we might have a game on our hands in this round. 2 versus 3. Swing out of Bang gets another. This guy is on fire and Derrek's there to back him up. BONECOLD has to walk out of this with the final 2 scalps. A great position, sneaking around, but Bang was aware. The drones used, or Boombot, excuse me. I guess the effective drone for 100 Thieves. It's used up right at the start of the rounds here to deny some of the control, but Vitality are happy to show their hand that they are fighting for this position. But they're not winning the fight. That flash was perfect, a good return. And although Vitality end up, keeping it even, it's the showstopper, it's the space taking, and now a potential retake to come in. A main players are a little slow, but the nades bought them the space.
Yeah. Asuna's been able to at least deny that initial spot for a retake. Never mind. I thought for a second he might deny a nice shot from Cryo, though. Turning things back into a 2v2. A close round scenario, but Asuna's got another. It's left all onto BONECOLD. A round that they desperately need to try and steal away. Otherwise, this could be the path through towards the end of this one. Smoke gonna be on. He's just trying to get anything of a semblance done, but it won't be happening. Lurk play on the other side. Cryo is taking so much space. This is interesting, though. Look at where the defense is sitting. They're going to hear all of the footsteps. They managed to bypass it, but I think Twisten's screwed.
He's got a flash and he tried to use it, but, well, they returned it, blinding him up. Look how quickly he's here. Almost winning the race around the corner, Cryo does, as he's quickly into the B site, shutting down the rotations. Chaos for Vitality. A man behind, a plant coming through, and the kill not. Almost a punish, and although they managed to even things up, these players are scattered. They're everywhere on 100 Thieves. So many angles to worry about, and so little information for Vitality. They've got to gamble. They've got to try to pull some of these players out of their hidey holes, and it's a tap on the spike that does it, but Cryo's the one to answer, and answer he does. Derrek following up. And 100 Thieves on the verge of crushing Vitality. This could be 12-5. In fact, it's looking very likely. Destrian again needing a clutch. Oh, it's a beautiful second kill, but bang to close it.
Rotations.
Well, this is it, 12-5 immediately. We're off to a flying start. Asuna! I don't know how he's gotten away with that, and he's still going. And they dropped right in front. It forces the players back. A tour de force from ceNder. Hasn't had an opportunity to take anybody down just yet. A nasty position, but it's the only position they've got towards. Hey, I don't believe it. They've caught him at least. But now they realize that the spike is down on the other side and they have to play a retake. 3v4, weaponry disadvantage. Twisten's already low and they're up against so much, 100 Thieves. They should be closing it.
Yeah, they need a miracle. They need someone to garner them some space. It's a missed shot, but he doesn't miss twice. And stunned up as well, it is done. Home ground, and take their way through to the grand final. A couple of teams still needing to play to find out who will meet them, but the fact